Good afternoon, everyone. I am John Raiden and Fajardo, the first reporter for Group 11. The Building Solutions Database System and Application Development Tools. We are out to learn 10 objectives in this module. The first one is to differentiate among character, field, record, and data file and describe validation techniques. The second is to differentiate between file processing systems and the database approach. The third one is to describe uses of web databases, types of databases, and big data. The fourth is to discuss functions common to most database management systems, data dictionary, file retrieval and maintenance, data security and backup and recovery. The fifth one is to define system development, list the system development phases, and identify the guidelines for system development. The sixth is to discuss importance of project management feasibility assessment, documentation, and data and information gathering techniques. The seventh is to discuss the purpose of and tasks conducted in each system development phase. The eighth is to differentiate between low-level languages and procedural languages. The ninth is to identify the benefit of object-oriented programming languages and application development tools. The 10th is to describe various ways to develop web pages and web applications. So let's start with databases, data, and information. The first one is data. Raw facts or unprocessed data such as text, number, images, audio, and video. While the information is a processed usable for a purpose data. Usually daw, ang information ay organized, meaningful, and useful. Ang example na may bibigay natin dito is kumbaga yung data is isang viral video na kung saan hindi pa siya pinaprocess or kinakat. While yung information is yung ibinabalita sa TV na kung saan nakuha na yung information na galing sa mga tao na nanggaling dun na nakita doon sa viral video. Database. Database is an organized collection of data that gives access, retrieval, and use of data. So, basically, yung database is a type of software na kung saan yung user ay may access na kung saan pwede niyang i-retrieve, i-delete, or i-update yung mga data or information na nakapaloob dito. Next, and in this slide, this figure shows how a school's admission department might process new student data into information. So, yung step 1 daw is, yung student is kukuha ng admission form tapos picturean siya right after niya mag-fill. Tapos step 2 is mapupunta daw yung finilapan niya na admission form tsaka yung picture niya sa hard drive. Step 3, program extracts the student data from the hard drive, obtains an advisor name based on the student's major, and schedules an advising appointment for the student. Step 4 is a confirmation of the advising appointment is sent via email to the student, which can be viewed or printed. Step 5 is the admission department prints a student ID card which the student picks up on the campus. So, yung step 3 is about a program na kung saan pinaprocess yung information or yung data na nakastore sa hard drive kagaya ng student's major and schedule. Tapos, mag-generate siya ng appointment confirmation na ipapadala naman nung computer na yon sa email nung student. Tapos, after i-confirm nung student yung email na yon, pwede niyang i-print or ipakita yung appointment confirmation na yon, tapos pupunta siya ng school para makuha yung ID. Yung ID naman na yun is naglalaman ng information niya kagaya ng kung saan siya nakatira at kung ano yung kinukuha niya na course sa school na yun. So next is the database management system or the DBMS. Is a software that allows users to create a computerized database, add, modify, and delete data, sort and retrieve data, and create forms and reports for the data. Ang database management system daw is isang software na kung saan pwede tayong gumawa ng computerized database. Tapos pwede nating i-modify, i-update, magdagdag or mag-delete ng data doon sa certain database. Tapos pwede rin daw nating i-sort or isaayos at i-retrieve yung mga data. Pwede rin tayong gumawa ng form tsaka ng report na galing doon sa data na nakalagay doon sa database. The next one is what we call the hierarchy of data. Data is organized in all levels, such as characters, fields, records, and data files. And you have to note that the student file should contain records about enrolled students, and the instructor file contains records about current instructors. The schedule of classes file contains records about class offerings in particular semester. And the student schedule file contains records about the classes in which a student is enrolled for a given semester. Now let's go to what is character. A character is one byte, usually numbers, letters, blank space, punctuation marks, or other symbols. And field. Field is a combination of one or more related characters. Property of fields are field name, a unique name that identifies each field, and field size, that defines the maximum number of character in a field can contain, and data type, specify what type of data can a field contain. Here are some examples of data types. The first one is text. Letters, numeric characters, or special characters. The next one is numbers, positive or negative numbers with or without decimal points. The third one is auto numbers, unique numbers assigned by the DBMS, the database management system. The fourth one is currency, dollar, cents, or amounts with decimal values. The fifth one is date, month, day, and year. The sixth is memo. Lengthy text entries may or may not include separate paragraphs. The seventh is yes or no. The value is only yes or no. The ninth is hyperlinks, links from web pages. The next one is object, photos, audios, videos, or a document created from other programs. And the last one is attachments, documents of images attached in field. Now let's go with record. A record is a group of related fields. A primary key is a field that uniquely identifies each record, and data file is a collection of related records. Here is an example of a student file. We can say that student ID is a key field because it is unique. And we can say that it is unique because no student has the same student ID. And in this file, we have 11 fields that contains, each field contains information from each student, such as their first name, last name, student ID rather, address, city, state, postal code, email address, date admitted, major, and photo. File maintenance. File maintenance is the procedure that keeps the data current or updated. File maintenance includes adding records, modifying records, and deleting records. Validation. Validation compares data with a set of rules and values to determine if the data meets certain criteria. Alphabet or numeric check ensures that users enter only alphabetic data into a field. Range check determines whether number is within a special range. Consistency check tests if the data in two or more associate fields to ensure the relationship is logical and their data is in correct format. Completeness check verifies that a required field contains data. Check digits is a number or character that is appended to or inserted in a primary key value. Other checks includes hyperlink and attachment data types can perform validity on data entered in those fields. Importante ang validation dahil dito natin may malalaman kung tama ba or may mali sa information na ibinibigay sa atin or naka-encode sa database natin. Importante ang alphabetic and numeric check dahil may mga pagkakataon na hindi tugma ang nilalagay ng nag-i-input sa system kaya't nagkakaroon ito ng error at minsan naman ay misunderstanding. Importante din ang completeness check dahil dito natin malalaman kung tama ba or kompleto ba yung lahat ng field na fill upan natin. Importante ang range check dahil may pagkakataon na nagkukulang or sumasobra tayo sa mga ini-input natin na data sa ating database. Importante naman ang consistency check dahil dito natin malalaman kung consistent ba or tuloy-tuloy or tama yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng mga data na nai-input natin.